Hi, Pastor Brian here. Just want to take a couple minutes and encourage you. I pray that it all is well with your soul today, especially in the midst of some very challenging seasons that we're living in right now. It's times like this that remind us that we should make our plans with open hands. In James chapter 4, verses 13 through 15, it says this, "Come now, you who say today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit, yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that." Challenging verses and encouraging verses for us at the same time. What they teach us here is not to be presumptuous with life. Don't assume that you're going to be alive tomorrow. What really this hammers home for us is a couple truths. That we are not in control. And that's challenging for us because it brings a lot of uncertainty into our lives. We like to be in control. We want to be in control. But the truth is, you don't know what will happen tomorrow. Just a few weeks ago, things were normal. And how quickly our world can be shaken. Here we are, the whole world is going on lockdown because of the coronavirus. A lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety. And it's just proof, once again, that we're not in control. Also, you don't know when you're going to die. You don't know what day God's going to call you home. You don't know when the end of your life will be. All of these things and the things we're going through right now in our world are showing us and very clearly that we're not in control. But here's an important truth that the verse also teaches us. God is in control. It says, if the Lord wills. So God is in control, and of this we are absolutely certain. Another way of saying that God is in control is that our God is a sovereign God. That He rules, that He reigns, that He is in control of it. How much of it? All of it. Everything. Otherwise, He's not God. As R.C. Sproul once said, there's no maverick molecule if God is sovereign. And this truth that God is sovereign is not just for stuffy theological debates, but it's a very practical truth. It's a practical reality that serves our hearts on a daily basis as we live in the uncertainty of this Genesis 3 world. This is also how Jesus himself found comfort even in the midst of horrific suffering. He knew that the plan of his good Father was being fulfilled. In Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 3, it encourages us to run this race of life with endurance. Run with endurance the race that is set before us. How? Looking to Jesus, with our eyes on Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, did you get that? For the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. What an incredible admonition to us. Consider him. Think about him. Are you suffering? Consider Jesus. Are you fearful? Consider Jesus. Are you anxious? Consider Jesus. Look to Jesus with the eyes of your heart. Abraham Kuyper once said, one of my favorite quotes, "There is not a square inch in the whole domain of our human existence over which Christ, who is sovereign over all, does not cry, 'Mine.'" How comforting that is. To know that our God is in control. To know that Christ claims ownership over everything, over our very lives. And so you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but Jesus does. Trust him. You don't know when you're going to die, but Jesus conquered death for us. So don't fear. Trust him. Live a life of faith in Christ, not fear. And make all your plans with open hands. My prayer for you today is that you would know the absolute joy of living in complete dependence on our sovereign God. As the great hymn says, though Satan should buffet, though trials should come. Let this blessed assurance control, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has shed his own blood for my soul. May it be well with your soul today. May you make all of your plans with open hands, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. We'll talk to you soon.